guys, welcome back to our show today, and kama kawaida we have Alfie here.
Asante.
Karibu sana.
Uko poa?
Niko poa.
Very nice.
We continue the show. Imetufanya tumekuwa madaktari here.
Lazima nye raundi ni sawa tu, iko tu sawa.
Yeah, and on that note we want to pass our condolences and our pole sana to those who've been affected by the flash floods or the too much rain that has been going on, those who've lost their families, those who've lost their properties. We want to say pole sana to you guys.
Yeah, true. By the way, it's been a sad scenario.
Yeah.
Tuliombea mvua but imekuja na force ingine abnormal.
Yeah.
So for whatever's happened, tunaambia pole.
Yeah, and we continue to pray that Mungu atupunguzie mvua kidogo so that we may have good harvest at the end of it all. So poleni, and please guys take care of yourselves on the way. Please take care of yourselves, and we hope you guys will continue to be well. So karibuni tena, and we continue from where we left off last time. I hope you've been watching. I pray you've been subscribing. Yeah. So we continue. Today we are at cluster B.
Yeah, today we're starting cluster B.
Yes.
Yeah, the other shows tuko tukidili na cluster A. Sasa leo tunaenda to the second cluster. Remember the disorders, we said there had three clusters.
Three clusters.
Cluster A, cluster B, and cluster C.
Yeah.
So today I believe now we are on cluster B.
We're on cluster B, and you're going to deal with a bit four disorders. But firstly, we go to the first one.
Antisocial personality disorder.
Yes, the antisocial personality disorder.
Yes.
Yeah, whereby this person has a long pattern of manipulating, exploiting, or violating the rights of other people.
And actually, when you look at the antisocial, basically these people, tendencies are ziko criminal. Actually, they are more criminal because is manipulative. This person is manipulative. So anakuchukua, anakusomanisha, then anakuchonga vile anataka.
Kabisa. No wonder they are violating the rights of other people.
Yes.
Hawana boundaries, hawajui boundaries, they just manipulate your rights. No wonder inakuwa a criminal behavior.
Yes, and then you see something else about being an antisocial. It's long term.
It's a long-term thing.
See, leo ama jana, it's something that takes even years.
Yes.
Ifike your point. Yeah. So by the time mtu anakuwa classified as antisocial, it's something that has taken quite a long time.
Kumaanisha inaanza from childhood.
Yes.
Inaanza mtu akiwa mdogo. It begins at childhood and slowly develops even into adolescence and adulthood. Unaona imeanza kitambo, so ni something that somebody has it for a long period of time.
Yeah, and you see when you look at it, like the way we were saying, what could be the cause? Like now in this one, child abuse could be an issue, could be a trigger.
Yes.
If you have parents who are alcoholic, extreme alcoholic, kuna kukunywa pombe na kuna kukunywa pombe.
Ile yenye wanaokunywa na they and then they abuse you.
Exactly. So there's alcoholism in parents. Having parents who are antisocial.
Yes. True.
You know, so those are some of the factors that actually contribute to this behavior. And then you know this behavior actually starts in late teens, I believe.
It starts from childhood. Mtoto akianza kukuona this is the way anapitia with the parents. Yani is the norm, everyday abuse, every day through alcoholism mtoto anakuwa abused. And by the time when I realize it's teenager.
Yes, and then now the interesting thing about this particular personality disorder compared to the others, now up until tunapata jamaa wanaitwa sociopaths.
Yes.
So here we have sociopaths, and we have wanaitwa nini? Psychos.
Yeah.
Now this is where they fall actually, because now you see this now the sociopath and the psychos. This is now the extreme part.
Yeah.
Of the antisocial personality disorder. You see, so unlike the other personality disorders, when you look at the antisocial personality disorder, you realize it has two, I would call them severe cases of disorders. Now here we have the sociopath and we have the psychopath.
True.
Which are considered to be extreme cases of the antisocial personality disorder. So and like we say, this thing starts childhood.
Yes.
So in fact, someone was reading, they were saying, if you notice mtoto anapenda kuwasha moto sana or cruel to animals, you need to be very careful. You need to monitor this particular child because those are now, they say they are indicators into the development of the antisocial personality disorder.
It's true. It's true how we behave when we are very young, when we are children. It's how actually we continue behaving even in our adulthood.
Yes. And then like we said with this particular personality disorder, these people are manipulative. So some of the symptoms, I think we'll call them symptoms, is that these people are charming. Atakuingiza box very easily.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Yes, because anacheza na emotions zako, so anajua vile atakumanipulate. You get? So they are charming, they are witty. They're interesting to hang around.
Alafu by the time you're realizing it, anakuharm. The harm is happening.
Yes. But now the curveball to this is that these people have a tendency of breaking the law.
Yeah. Actually, this personality disorder, the antisocial personality disorder, is a disorder that often ends to criminal behavior.
Yes. So, ataiba, atadanganyana, hajali vile anakutreat. So, basically, life ni yeye. It's how they're doing it themselves. You know, it's them. It doesn't matter the people around them.
Yeah. Because they're reckless, deceitful, as you've said, often irresponsible. Yeah, so unakuta ana violate rights bila hata kukuwa remorseful.
Yes, and then hapa pia kuna issue of substance abuse, alcohol, drugs.
Yes.
Actually now for them now they also ingest that. So actually unlike the other personality disorders, I think this is the first one we're coming across substance abuse really being dominant.
Dominant on it, yes. Yes. Unakuta these people having that, even kutoka out of it, it's actually next to impossible.
And when you look at it, actually they say this is one of the hardest disorders to treat.
Yes.
Because you're not sure at what point this person is not manipulative. So wewe umeenda therapy lakini unataka kumanipulate daktari.
Hata mwenyewe daktari anakuwa at risk.
Yes, because that's what we say, they're manipulative. Their IQ is also quite high. So they're able to play around with your emotions actually,
And you see most of them end up in prison. Most of these, as we were reading, I came across something that said that most of them wako kwa remand, most of them wako kwa prison. When you wako mostly wako na hii personality because wamefanya crime.
Ni crime, yeah. They are lawbreakers. Actually, our rules and regulations do not apply to them.
Yeah.
So they basically live outside the law.
Yeah.
So actually that's what utakuta mara mingi wako kwa jela. Yeah, they're in prisons, they're in jails and all that.
As you said, they may be able to act witty and charming. They have good flattery, and with that they are manipulative. They break the law repeatedly. So we need to be to really watch out for this, ndio tusifall in the hands of that. Usijikute umekuwa harmed by this person. Afadhali ukuwe a person mwenye you notice this person has this disorder, so that you know how to safeguard yourself and safeguard this other person. Msikuwe harmed both of you. Yeah.
And that's why when you look at the treatment part of it, you know, for the other disorders, most of the treatment you notice is talk therapy. Remember that's what we were saying.
Yes.
So for this particular disorder, yes, there's the talk therapy, but initially wako na ile wanaita behavioral treatment. So behavioral treatment basically ni kama sasa anafunzwa kuishi na watu, that is one. And then they are rewarded for good behavior. For instance, you did not break the law, so kuna this is a present. Exactly. And if you break the law, now it's the opposite. It's like you are judged according to that particular. So for this particular personality disorder, there are those two treatments. There's behavioral treatment where you are rewarded for good deeds.
Yes.
And then there's a talk therapy. Yeah, that is also playing a role because it's also critical here. Huyu mtu ujue vile anaweza kuhandle watu without manipulating them. Remember the key thing is manipulation. And then they don't obey the laws. They don't obey the laws, they don't obey the rules. So then they actually, like we say, they're living outside the law.
Yeah, their world for them is totally different. These people are very angry and arrogant, I may say.
Yes, they are. Ndio tunarudi kwa zile characteristics za hii nini za the particular disorder. You see, they're arrogant because they live in a world where they flatter you. So yeye ndiye anajua. So lazima kama yeye ndiye anajua lazima atakuwa na kiburi. So definitely they'll be arrogant.
They don't care.
Yes, they will be. Yeah.
And as with that, I don't know if we have any examples of these people.
The only one that I picked up, I think the one that people can relate to was a guy called Charles Mason. That was in the I think 1960s, alikuwa California. He was a cult leader. There was a cult ulikuwa ikiitwa the Mason family. So he was the cult leader. Apparently pia alikuwa msanii. He was a musician. Yeah. You see again, charming, witty, flattery. Unaona? So he was a cult leader. And basically what made him stand out is that there are people who committed murders on his behalf. Manipulation. manipulation. He's not the one who committed the murders. But watu wenye walikuwa kwa cult yake, I think there are about 7 or 9 counts of murder, yeah, to his name. Yeah. So Charles Mason is one example.
And one example also I can say is another lady I came across, anaitwa Eileen Warnos. Eileen somebody Warnos, and I saw that according to the research I was coming across, ilianza akiwa mtoto. The father also had this kind of personality disorder, and na pia alikuwa na abuse alcohol and also abusing children sexually. So I think she fell through with this, and ikadevelop akiwa mdogo, and as she grew up, when the father was taken to jail, was taken to the prison, and then he hanged himself, and this affected on this lady negatively. And for Eileen and her brother, they were taken to live with their grandmother by their mother, so also they were abandoned. All this contributed to her becoming having this antisocial personality disorder. But in the end, she became a prostitute with this job that she took, or this prostitution thing she took. Charming and witty.
Akaanza kuingiza wanaume box.
Yes. Later on killing them.
I am telling you, this is a crazy personality.
A crazy personality, a crazy one.
Yeah, so the antisocial, sociopath, psychopath.
Yes.
Yeah, so like we've said, hawa ni watu break the rules. So actually complications here you'll find in imprisonment, drug abuse, suicide attempts, sometimes even actually suicide itself. You know, so it's basically that's what they're saying. It's one complex disorder to treat.
It's a complex disorder.
Yes, it's a complex disorder to treat. So I think that's antisocial. I don't know if you have anything to add there.
I think it's a lot. That is basically it. The antisocial personality disorder.
All right.
And then we go to the second one, the borderline personality disorder.
All right.
Which is a condition which a person has long-term patterns of unstable emotions, or turbulent emotions.
Huyu mtu ni impulsive, ni chaotic, hajui kuhandle watu. So leo tuko poa, I'm calm, I can sit with Tabi talk. Kesho nakuja nimelipuka. I am not there.
Telling you, for them they view things on the extreme. It's either it's all good or
all bad.
All bad.
Hakuna katikati?
Hakuna katikati.
Hatukwagi warm?
No. Hakuna lukewarm. At times lukewarm ni mzuri.
Ni mzuri. In this case, because you see, you cannot be extremely happy and extremely angry.
Yeah.
At times you go calm.
But wao hawana. It's either it's all okay for a certain period of time, and then kidogo, hell breaks loose.
Well, borderline personality disorder.
Yeah.
Totally unstable and chaotic.
It's actually, I think it comes from the border.
Yes.
Iko hapa.
So,
east side?
Ama east side.
Hakuna katikati.
We are not calm and composed to handle the situation. Wow, okay.
And it's a long-term it's a long-term disease.
Yes. Because if you look at it by the way, like they're saying, it could be a genetic issue. It could be a genetic issue. It could be a family issue. It could be a social issue.
Yeah, it could be a social issue. It could be a physical issue, abuse, or an emotional abuse. Family, poor communication in family, and no communication at all in the family.
In fact, we realize these people, they don't have self-confidence. Na saa zote wanaona ni kama wanakuwa judged. Saa zote ni kama kwa kotini saa zote throughout.
Either mimi unikubali ama kama unikubali unanijudge.
Yes. And you see you said it's long term. So you look at it, these people when they were in their childhood or in their adolescence, you know, this is when we were growing up, they had there was fear, either real or perceived, ya kukuwa abandoned. Nimetumia real or perceived. So it could be, yes, as a child this person was abandoned, or as a teenager this person was abandoned, by the parents and or the family. Or in some cases, you are imagining that you may go abandoned.
Or something small happened, but because you have this kind of personality disorder, so you're perceiving all the time. Yes.
And then you also look at it, there's also the issue of sexual abuse.
Yeah.
There's the issue of sexual abuse.
Causes it.
Yeah, sexual abuse, communication issues within the family. Yeah. So actually you're not able to communicate. So by the time you're getting to this formative stage of your life, unajiweka kando. Yes. So emotions zako sasa now you cannot balance. You cannot balance yourself. So it's either it's good
Oh, bad.
They're bad.
And the funny part, funny thing I came across is they might want to have a long-lasting relationship. They might want to have relationships, but because of this fear of being abandoned, either real or perceived, it creates mood swings. You know,
Yes,
mood swings and anger all the time, and lead to impulsiveness, and then manipulation hapa anakuwa na self injury.
Yes, katika kidogo.
Inflict injuries.
Yes.
So to manipulate.
Wow, now these are crazy one. So symptoms like we've said, kuna hiyo story ya abandonment, real or perceived, hatujui kama ni ukweli. And then these people they're always feeling bored.
Yeah.
They're always feeling
empty.
Yani unworthy, exactly. Yes. Uko unworthy. Yani hakuna, yani wewe hauna value. Literally you don't have a value, you know. And then I think for this particular personality disorder, they are very impulsive.
They are very impulsive.
Whether in relationships, whether sexually. So they don't care.
They don't care.
Yeah, so ni ule.
Natajikuta kwa impulsiveness wanaenda to the extremes of gambling, unsafe sex.
Yes.
Inaitwa ni spending sprees.
Yes.
Or this overeating, inaitwa aje?
Binge eating.
Yes.
Anakula vile anataka kukula, hataki kujua.
Don't care. Because it's either all good or it's all worse.
Oh, yes. There's no in between.
And there's drug misuse as well. And also something sabotaging success. Yani kidogo ako kazi. Kidogo amewacha kazi.
Si stable. It's always someone is stable.
Yeah.
Wow.
Unaona wanataka kwa in relationship, but kidogo ako kwa good relationships, ana form good relationships, na kidogo hataki hiyo story.
And then you see actually now because of that the complications that come along, depression.
True.
Depression inamchapa because sasa like now you're bored, you're empty.
Yeah. Na akonezi vitu za situations ni haielewi. Waongeze drugs hapo ndani. Unajua when we talk about drugs kuna alcohol, of course. Alcohol is also a drug. So kuna substance na kuna alcohol. Yeah, you include that. Then bring in the family also. Oh no. This is just a mashup of.
Yes. And then you realize something about this particular personality disorder. These guys are suicidal.
Yeah.
They're suicidal. So they either attempt or achieve in doing the suicide, committing the suicide.
For me, the thing that I really marveled with this thing ni kama watu wenye is something that we live with it, because ni watu wenye wana form relationships.
Yes, and
how they are able to form relationships, it's something that inanishangaza.
Watch it hivyo. Now the interesting thing about these guys, that's what I wanted to say. You will find them in a crowd, they are outstanding, they shine.
You see.
Ni mtu yani akikaa hapo everybody wants to be around this particular person.
Anapendeka.
Yes. Like sasa when akitoka from the limelight
kidogo imekuwa all bad.
Exactly. So and you see like now the example that I have for this particular personality disorder is Robin Williams. Robin Williams, we remember him as a comedian. His movies were very interesting. So actually he committed suicide. And I remember whatever they said, he said at the end of the day is that yes, he makes people happy and all that. But akirudi kwake when he's alone. The emptiness. The
unworthiness, the loneliness.
Exactly. So that's the cost implication of this particular disorder.
Their world comes crumbling down very fast.
Yes, and that's why you see when it comes to treatment, the only treatment that can be carried out for this particular disorder ni talk therapy. Ufanye mtu ajisikie they are valued.
Na aelewe situations.
Exactly.
For them kuelewa ni kama ni ngumu.
Yes. And then you see even for this particular disorder, the only thing you can do is psychological tests. Hakuna physical tests you can do.
No.
Psychiatrist, psychologist akae chini na wewe muongee.
Ni daktari tu.
Yes. Pick what you have as an issue. Then the treatment is what? Again is talk.
Again it's just talk.
Is talk. So that's the only way you can bring value to this particular person. Yeah.
Well, guys, this is truly a hot seat. Please do not go away. We continue with the personality disorders in cluster B. In cluster B bado. Yes. Hatujatoka. Bado tuko kwa cluster B. Tunaendelea because it's becoming hot. It is hot. So, voila. Till next time.
Wewe wase maze first June aje Lake Baringo bado iko valley. Don't forget maze space ni limited, Fyetuka Adventures hapo tunaenda kisawasawa. Don't forget, waiting for you. Peace out.